Oh, good morning, class. So today we're going to be drawing our second widget. So let's get that into view. There we go. Okay. See right down there. Okay, so here it is. Here's our second widget. Okay, so to start off with, remember I told you to get some coins. So here's a quarter, got a penny, a dime, and a nickel. I don't remember what I said last time. But today, what you'll need is a nickel, okay? Because this hole is the size of a nickel, okay? Close enough, okay? So, so now we have to determine once again which is front, what is top, because this could be front, okay? And then this could be top, and that'd be side. But if I did this as the side, there's no detail at all other than the block, and everything would be hidden lines. So if I did this as the side, well, the hole will be a hidden line, but I have this edge, and this edge. So this at least has better detail. But what if I did it here, and then did this? Well, that would make this the bottom, or we're going to call it right now, once again, nothing, okay? So let's go ahead and let's try this angle, okay, as the front. That would be the top, and then the hole would be hidden, and then we go like this as our view. So that's what we're going to draw. That's our front, our top, and our side. Okay, so to start off with, let's go ahead and make some measurements. So you're going to need your triangle for today. And I made these measurements based off of this, more or less. So the first one, right here, this cut is 15 degrees. Okay, this cut right there, okay, if I grab my, where's my 30/60? Let's grab the small one. There's 30 right there, right? I'm trying to figure out how to set that so that would make sense. That would be the right angle of that 30. So that is a 30-degree angle. Okay? So those are two angles. 15 on this side, 30 on this side. So let's go ahead and start drawing this out. So once again, we're going to make a quick reference measurements to know. I'm going to find my ruler. There it is. How to place this on my paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it to the height. This thing is, we're going to call it 8 units, okay? And then the height of this is 4 units, okay? So roughly, I'm going to write 8 there, and then 4 here, okay? And then we have, how wide is it? Well, it's 7 units wide. I'll put 7 down here. And if I need to, I can put little lines or hashes on that. Okay? And then this way. And so that is 4 units. Okay? It would be the same because that's that width, which is the same as that width. So that's 4 units. Okay, so now what I want to know is, okay, this height is 24, 8 plus 4, okay, 12, just waiting for you guys to answer. Okay, so that's 12 units. This paper is 24, so it's half of that, but we want to have some space in the middle, okay? And we want that equal. So if we have 12 and it's 24, that means there is 12 left. And we do that 3, that's 4 units each. Okay, so it would be up 4 units, in between 4 units, and down 4 units. Okay, and just to give us a little more space, I'm going to give it 3 units in. So I'm going to go in 3 units. Right there. Actually, I'm going to go 2. I want more space in the middle for dimensioning next time. We're going to do welding callouts and we need more space. So 2 units up and 2 units down, and I'm going to do it over here too. So that way I have a nice balanced paper. 2 units, 2 units. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. Okay, thank you, 0. Draw it kind of light. Okay, it's mostly so you guys can see it. I'm on the pink paper today. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just, since I did 2 units there and there, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 units on the edges too. Okay, so now I'm going to make my mark right off of this border line. Okay, same thing over here. And over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw those lines in. Now I can draw nice and hard. I'm going to go ahead and grab a heavy pencil and draw that in. Right, because I know where it starts and I know where it ends. And same thing over here. Right, and now I'm going to go ahead and close in the box. So that's why it's nice and easy to see. Okay. It's hard not to say, draw a happy little line over here. Another happy little line over here, referencing a television show. Okay, so now I got my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw that right there. And I'm going to come in 1 unit, and I'm going to go up 1 unit so it fits. Okay, so I have space in here. And so this way I have roughly, let me just kind of, what's nice is this is going to be almost sketched out for real. Is I can go, okay, and like that, and go, okay, well now if I draw that here, I go, and then that kind of gives me my spacing. Obviously you don't have the block, so we have to draw it out. Okay, so I'm going to go up 1 unit and in 1 unit to find that corner right there. Okay, so I'm going to go in 1 unit, that's that mark right there, and I'm going to go up 1 unit, that's that mark right there. That was somewhat close, and so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make a hash mark. It's going to become my 0 coordinates, is what that would be known as. Okay, that's now 0. So if I were to be doing this on drafting on an AutoCAD program, that's my 0 coordinates, 0, 0, 0, 0, comma, 0, comma, 0. That would be all my planes. Okay, so the first thing I want to know is I want to know how wide it is. Now, when I cut this, other than the hole and the angles, I didn't make any measurements. I just went over the chop saw, so I might find some halves. It would be kind of weird. So like again, it's 7 units. Okay, so it's 7 units across. Now, if I went up 1 unit, I'm going to go ahead and make another 1 unit line right here. And then I'm going to make a light construction line from 0, 0 over to this one. So that way I have a guideline. And then from 0, 0, I'm going to go over 7. And I can look at that guideline and go, okay, I'm going to line my ruler up on that guideline. I see 7, okay, and I'm going to draw a heavier line, not perfectly heavy because that way it makes it easy to erase, especially on construction paper. Okay, so there's the bottom. Okay, now we go up in a 15-degree angle, but this line right here. So I'm going to try to figure out where this line is and how long is it. That line is 2.5 units. Okay. That's how wide it is, but how tall is it is 7.5 units tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this border line, and I'm going to base everything off of there, make it easier. So that would make it 8.5. Okay, I'm going to make a couple marks. 8.5. And then come over here. Now obviously that's going to be wider than that little piece, but this way I can draw a construction line lightly. Okay, and it's barely visible. I wish I had a better camera. That's why I need you guys' descriptions. So once again, this is where it looks. Okay, now I need to know I'm coming up 15 degrees from 0, 0. So if I take my triangle, right, and how am I going to get 15 degrees this direction? Well, it's going to come off like this, right? But I'm going to need to know my 90 down here, right? Well, see, there's 90 right there. It's the back line. Oops. Okay. And so now what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and transfer. And see, I can even, what I've done, this is probably the easiest thing to do to keep up with you, is here's my triangle, right? Here's my 15. I'm going to unfold 15. I know this is 90 to that 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to measure up. Let me get the other side. It doesn't have as much. Let's go ahead and measure up. We're going to go right to there. So that's 16 units. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. That's 16 units. And then I'm going to come down here and go 16 units. And draw a line. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a mark between those two. Okay. And I'm going 60 units. Now try to do your best. Okay. So there's my triangle. Okay. So now I need to go 15 this direction. So here's, oops. There's my 90, right? Okay, and I want to go opposite of that. So what I could do, fold that over, right? This is where it would be nice to have the right triangles. Okay, and now I'm going to transfer my line over. Sorry guys, my paper folding origami is not playing nicely. I want to go this way. You know what? I'm going to do this. I know that's 1 unit from this edge, right? So what if I drew down that 15 degrees, right? Okay, this line is how far in. This way it'll be easier. That is 2 units. Oh, that's nice. And then, oops, and I'm going in 1 unit. So that'd make what? 3. So I'm going to go in 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then the top is, once again, how many units? It's 2.5. Okay, so there's 1, 2.5. Okay, so now I got my 2 tick marks or hash marks, and I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my heavier pencil so you guys can see it. Okay, and now I'm going to go from 0, 0 up to that corner. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and darken that one a little more. Okay, so we're almost there. I'm going through this kind of slow, unfortunately. Okay, so now, look at that. I need to know this one. Okay, that goes up at 90 degrees at, we're going to call it 3. It's like 2 7/8, 15/16. We'll just call it 3. 3 units. And it's going to go up 9 from there. So we're going to go 3 units from there, right? So if I go from 0, 0, that's 1, right? And it's going up 3 units. Sorry, there's 1 unit, and I'm going to go up 3, so that makes it what? 1, 2, 3, that'll make it 4. Okay, and I'm just going to draw just a couple reference lines. So that way I make sure everything's kind of, I'm going to draw 3. I think I'm one of them slightly off. There we go. Okay, a light line. Let me switch back to my other pencil. Okay, so now I have that line there, right? And I want to go 90 from that line. So this is where I grab my fancy dancy triangle again. There's my 90, right? And I'm going to flip it upside down. And I'm going to go off of this line or off the body line up 90 to that line. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my heavy pencil because I know where it starts and I know where it ends. Okay, and now I have this angle. Well, that one's an easy one because I've drawn everything else, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and connect the dots. Okay, so let's see how well I did. Pretty darn close. Remember, we're off a little because that's not really 3. But that's what we're going with, okay? And I can see that my line has gotten crooked. But, once again, that's what happens when we use paper for rulers. Okay, so there we go. We are missing one last thing. That is the circle. That is our dime. But where do I put the dime? That makes a big difference. Okay, so I need to know where is center. So I'm going to kind of figure out center. Right now, I'm just going to draw in a hash line to find center. I think that looks about right there. Okay, and halfway through this side. Okay, that's a little off. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go off of 0, and I'm going to go up. Okay, so I'm going to grab my ruler, and I'm going to go, okay, well, how far up is it? Now, I kind of know. It's 2 units, okay? So I'm going to go 2 units up from that line, and I'm going to go off the body line. So here's 2 units there, and 2 units there. Let me get the other pencil. Okay, I'm going to draw a really light line there. Okay, now how far over is it? So I'm going to grab my ruler again, and it comes out to 4 units. Okay, so 4 units over, so I'm going to draw a light line right there. And now when I made that 0, or I can go off the object line, which makes 5. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to make another light line. Did I do that right? Sorry. 4 there. My 5 is way off. Okay, and then where it meets is the center, and I'm going to take my dime, and I'm going to kind of do my best to put it in the center, and then draw my circle. There we go. So there's the front. Okay, let's go ahead and let's start knocking off the other ones. So everything's going to come in 1 unit of the construction line. So I'm just going to come in 1 unit. I already have 1 unit down there, so I'm just going to make a light line. Okay, and then 1 unit down. 1 unit down, and run a light line. Okay, now I'm drawing that part up here. Okay, so what do I see? Well, I'll see this edge, this edge, this edge, that edge, and this edge. Well, these edges match. And then we'll have the invisible lines for the circle. So let's go ahead, and what's nice is we're just going to go ahead and trace up those points. Okay, so I'm going to use my 90, and I'm going to just trace up. Oops, come on, pencil. There. Lost in that line. There we go. Now make sure your lines line up. Now if that makes everything kind of crooked, it's better that they are accurate to one another. Now I'll continue that line up. Okay, so now I have my 4 lines. Remember, 4 lines are on there. Oops, this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be the 5th one. Okay, so now I can see all of those parts. I'm going to grab my heavy pencil. And I'm going to go ahead and darken up my lines. Okay, now the only thing I need to know is how deep is it, you know? So how tall or deep, I guess would be. So 4 units. Oops. I'm just going to make a little mark there. And a little mark there. That gives me that. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those in. Okay. Now I draw this line. Actually, what's better is you start and then cross. So I got this line. This line. This line. And this line. Okay, now what am I missing? I'm missing the circle. Okay, so here's, whoops, the right direction. So here it is. I need the circle. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just bring it uphill. Okay, so I'm going to grab my 90 and I'm going to line it up along the body of the object line until I get to that edge. There we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead, and that seems a little crooked. There we go. And I'm going to just go ahead and draw it as a hidden line, nice and dark. Now remember, hidden lines are hashed. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing there. There we go. Okay. Now you can see how that can get confusing if that was the front line, but we can reference those two. Okay. Now once again, I left a lot of gap in there for our welding callouts because we're gonna actually probably gonna be machining because there's no 2 parts; it's 1 unit. So, all right. So now we got this. Okay, and we want to draw that face so it comes like this. Okay. Same thing. I'm gonna just use my 90. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead, you know what, I don't even need to root that. I can go like this. I'm going to go ahead and line up on that one, grab my light pencil, and I'm just going to put light lines across. And I'm just referencing off my other construction lines, which is nice to leave those behind. And this one I'm kind of fubbing because it is crooked. Okay, and then what other lines am I missing? Well, I'm missing the circle. What's kind of neat is that circle line intersects that one, so we don't need that. And then we have that one. So, and then remember that 45 trick, that was it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come off of here. So I'm going to come off of 1 unit, and I'm going to come off of 1 unit up here. Okay, and we know, once again, that it's 4 units from there. There's one I haven't written down. Okay, and I come down. That's not 1 unit mark, there it is. And we'll 4 units. Okay, and now I can go ahead and draw some heavy lines. I lost my 1 unit mark. Hold on. There we go. You can see that for sure. Okay, nice heavy line. Come over here. I'm going to have to split the difference. Okay, the same thing. I'm going to draw the bottom. Oops. Top. Okay, and now, would this be a hidden line? This line right here, let me do it some. There, that line. Well, no, because I'm looking at it this way, it won't be a hidden line. Hence why we didn't go this way with the drawing off to that side. Okay, so we want that line as a solid line. Okay. Now the only thing I have left are the hidden lines, and we know the top of the circle lines up with that line, so we can't draw that one. But the bottom one does. So I'm just following my construction lines, and I'm just going to simply go ahead and draw it with my heavy pencil. There we go. So even more confusing, right? Because, well, where's the other hidden line? Well, it's actually behind this. Okay, so there we go. They are way stretched out. These drawings, this should have been brought in closer, and this should have been brought down a little bit. But I need all of this space for welding callouts. And like I said, we're going to switch it from welding to machining, and we'll do welding on the next one. All right, so there you go. There's your drawing that you have to follow. Let's go over the units real quick. Okay, it is 7 units long. That one is 8 units tall. This is 2.5 units there. Sorry, I'll keep up with you guys. 2.5 there. This one is 5 units. This is 3 units. The hole is a nickel. Okay. The centering of that hole, based off of that as 0, 0, is 4 units from there to there, and 2 units from here, or the bottom, up. Okay? It is 4 units thick. There you go. That is our dimensions. And the only reason why this became the second widget, based off of this being our first widget, is because of the hole. I wanted to give you guys some time to get over that situated, and I didn't know how to do it. So, yeah, maybe we'll make it really complicated. We'll put this one on an angle there. All right, so there you go. That's the measurements on that. And go ahead and get your drawings turned in. Remember, they're due on Saturday. These stuff won't go on this grade. I've already posted the grade, so if you guys need to get anything updated, today's your last day. All right, once again, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time.